Here's the truth. Success isn't about sweat, it's about strategy. Let's uncover how the 1% really win. Most people believe that the only path to success is working harder. They wake up early, stay up late, and grind every single day, but still, they struggle financially, emotionally, and mentally. Why? Because hard work without direction is just movement, not progress. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. The 1% understand this truth deeply. They don't just work harder, they work smarter, sharper, and with strategy. Imagine two men cutting trees. One swings the axe endlessly from morning till night. The other takes short breaks, sharpens his blade, and studies the angle of each cut. By evening, the second man has done more with less effort. That's how the 1% think. They focus on leverage, using systems, tools, and people to multiply results. They understand that success isn't just about effort, it's about effectiveness. They spend more time thinking than doing, because powerful thinking saves years of wasted action. The truth is, many people are addicted to busyness. They mistake being busy for being productive. But the 1%, they master focus. They ask better questions. What can I automate? What gives me the highest return on time? How can I multiply this effort tenfold? That's how they separate themselves from the 99%. They use wisdom to turn hard work into smart work. Remember this. Success is not found in working harder than everyone else. It's found in thinking differently from everyone else. Most people believe that the only path to success is working harder. They wake up early, stay up late, and grind every single day, but still, they struggle financially, emotionally, and mentally. Why? Because hard work without direction is just movement, not progress. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. The 1% understand this truth deeply. They don't just work harder, they work smarter, sharper, and with strategy. Imagine two men cutting trees. One swings the axe endlessly from morning till night. The other takes short breaks, sharpens his blade, and studies the angle of each cut. By evening, the second man has done more with less effort. That's how the 1% think. They focus on leverage, using systems, tools, and people to multiply results. They understand that success isn't just about effort, it's about effectiveness. They spend more time thinking than doing, because powerful thinking saves years of wasted action. The truth is, many people are addicted to busyness. They mistake being busy for being productive. But the 1%, they master focus. They ask better questions. What can I automate? What gives me the highest return on time? How can I multiply this effort tenfold? That's how they separate themselves from the 99%. They use wisdom to turn hard work into smart work. Remember this, success is not found in working harder than everyone else. It's found in thinking differently from everyone else. The difference between the 1% and the rest of the world isn't luck, it's thinking. While most people see problems, the 1% see possibilities. Where others see obstacles, they see opportunities wrapped in disguise. You see, the average mind asks, can I do this? The wealthy mind asks, how can I do this? That single word, how, changes everything. It opens your imagination instead of shutting it down. The poor thinker stops at the first wall. The rich thinker looks for a door. And if he can't find one, he builds it. The 1% operate with what you could call possibility thinking. They know that circumstances don't shape the future, decisions do. Even when they don't have all the answers, they move forward with faith, creativity, and courage. They refuse to be trapped by limitation, based thinking like, I don't have enough time, I'm not smart enough, I wasn't born into money. Instead, they reframe it. They ask, how can I create more time? How can I learn faster? How can I turn my current situation into my greatest advantage? That mindset shift turns ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. Remember, success begins the moment you stop making excuses and start asking better questions. The 1% also understand that thoughts are like seeds. If you plant thoughts of limitation, your life will always feel small. But if you plant thoughts of abundance, courage, and vision, your world expands. The soil doesn't care what seed you plant, it just returns what you give it. Average people think life is happening to them. The 1% know life is responding to them. Every invention, every empire, every breakthrough started as a thought someone refused to dismiss. So if you want to join the 1%, start thinking like them. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Start creating them. Remember this: the size of your success will always be measured by the size of your thinking. Don't let small thoughts rob you of a big destiny. The 1% don't work harder, they simply think bigger, bolder, and longer term than the rest. Here's one of the greatest mindset shifts that separate the 1% from everyone else. They don't trade time for money, they trade value for reward. Most people are stuck in the time trap. They say, I work 8 hours a day, I should earn more. But the 1% know that time itself has no value until you fill it with something valuable. The world doesn't pay you for the hours you put in, it pays you for the results you produce. Think about this. Someone can earn $10 an hour while another earns $10 in the same amount of time. What's the difference? It's not the clock, it's the contribution. One brings average value, the other brings exceptional value. The 1% spend their energy developing themselves until they become so skilled, so knowledgeable, and so valuable that the marketplace can't ignore them. They don't chase paychecks, they attract them by who they've become. They understand a profound truth: income rarely exceeds personal development. If you want to earn more, you must become more. So while the 99% chase quick money, the 1% invest in long-term growth, reading, learning, building, improving. They don't count hours, they count impact. It's the same reason some speakers earn millions per talk while others struggle for attention. The difference isn't the effort, it's the value density of their time. When you start focusing on value creation, everything changes. You stop saying, how much will I get paid? And start asking, how much value can I bring? That's when opportunities multiply, because value attracts wealth the way a magnet attracts steel. Even in relationships, leadership, or creativity, value wins. The more you give, the more the world gives back. So if you feel stuck, don't ask for more time. Create more value within the time you already have. Learn a new skill. Solve a new problem. Make someone's life easier. Because when you become the kind of person who adds massive value, the world won't just open doors for you, it will build new ones in your honor. The 1% don't count hours, they make hours count. The 1% have a secret that most people overlook: they play the long game. They don't chase instant results, viral moments, or overnight riches. They understand that anything truly valuable takes time, discipline, and patience to grow. The 99% want results fast. They start something today and expect rewards tomorrow, and when success doesn't arrive instantly, they quit just before the miracle was about to happen. The 1%, on the other hand, know that real success compounds, just like interest in a bank account. Every small step forward, every consistent effort, every disciplined day, it all adds up. They understand the law of sowing and reaping. You plant today, water tomorrow, and harvest later. But you must stay long enough in the process to see the results. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can achieve in a year. The 1% think the opposite. They're patient with progress but impatient with excuses. They build habits, systems, and vision around long-term thinking. They invest, they save, they learn, they grow, not for next week's satisfaction, but for the next decade's freedom. The reason most people fail isn't because they don't work hard, it's because they don't work long enough in the right direction. The 1% stay consistent even when motivation fades. They understand that discipline, not desire, determines destiny. And here's the beauty of the long game: time becomes your ally instead of your enemy. While others burn out chasing shortcuts, you rise slowly, steadily, and surely. Success, wealth, health, relationships, all are built the same way, brick by brick, day by day, and once you learn to love the process, the results become inevitable. The 1% are never in a hurry to arrive, because they know the journey is the reward. They don't measure success by a single moment, they measure it by who they're becoming every day. So if you want to join the 1%, start thinking long term. Stop asking, how fast can I make money? And start asking, how far can I grow? Because the truth is, success doesn't happen in a day. But it does happen daily. At the end of the day, Success isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's reserved for those who choose differently. The 1% didn't get there by accident. They didn't stumble into wealth, growth, or greatness. They built it thought by thought, habit by habit, decision by decision. The real secret isn't working harder, it's thinking better. It's learning to see the invisible before it becomes visible. It's designing a life instead of drifting through one. The 99% are trapped in survival, noise, and distractions. But the 1% are guided by vision. They know where they're going, and they act with intention every single day. They don't let circumstances dictate their mindset. They let their mindset dictate their circumstances. And that's the challenge for you, to step out of the average way of living and start thinking like the uncommon. Don't chase money, attract it through value. Don't wait for motivation, build systems that keep you moving. Don't fear the long game, trust it, because when you begin to think differently, everything around you begins to change. The doors that once seemed closed start to open. The opportunities that once felt impossible start to find you. Remember, the 1% aren't born with something special. They simply made a decision to rise above average, to think higher, to act smarter, to believe bigger.